When is a music film not about the music? Well, The Moment might just be that film, but it's also a brilliant, biting caricature of the music industry and Charlie XCX herself. And if you've got just over 3 minutes, I want to tell you about it. Charlie XCX plays Charlie XCX, and when her seminal album Brat becomes a big stadium tour, she struggles to keep it in line. Despite this being a film about a musician, we don't actually see her making any music, and I think that's really important that we don't see that side of Charlie. When we meet her, she is a celebrity, an it girl, a really big deal, and that's the way that we navigate the world of the film with her. This is not at odds with her music at all. I'm a fan of Charlie XCX, and she makes music about partying and being famous, but this is a movie about being at the centre of something else, at the centre of a trend, of a style, of a moment. Despite exploring this famous world full of cameos and beautiful people, there's an amazing washed outness to the cinematography. Every shot is very tight and claustrophobic, and this shows Charlie's exhausted, trapped state of mind. It's a very good technique. Pair that with frenetic stroby titles, and the moment sometimes descends into a nightmare of sensory overload. It's a very funny film with some great comedic performances, like Jamie Demetriou plays hapless manager Tim. But Alexander Skarsgård steals the show. He's a director that's very successful, but actually very bland and corporate, and underneath there's something very, very sinister about him. His performance has the vibe of a very handsome snake sneaking up on a rabbit, but, you know, funny. But Charlie's at the centre of this, and although it's a fictionalised version of herself, there's obviously a lot of herself in it, and it's a great performance, not just because she shows us a darker side of herself, but because she's not afraid to show us when she's a diva, when she's rude, when she's entitled, when she makes bad decisions. It's actually really refreshing. And yes, she's surrounded by chaos and people that are bad at their job, and sometimes just bad people, and there's stuff in this about the trappings of fame and the awkward moments, but The Moment does hold its protagonist responsible, at least to a certain degree. More on that in a second. But it makes her culpable, particularly in the way that she treats her only true friend and creative director, Celeste, played by Haley Gates. I really like the recurring motif of their friendship being joined through them both smoking cigarettes. You know, in a world of vapes, they were the only ones with the cigarettes, and I guess I just like that, maybe because I prefer cigarettes to vapes. They're just cooler. But there is a system, an industry, and The Moment is at its strongest when it's at its most cynical. There is no rebellion, no revolution against the system. You can't bring it down. We are all part of it, dirtied by it, thrown around by it, but in the end, there's nothing you can do but submit. If you've ever not really been sure what Brat exactly is, well, The Moment is Charlie XCX trying to process what Brat really is, or more, what it became, which is ultimately something else, part of something else, out of her control. It is fun, frenetic satire, it's Gen Z's answer to Spinal Tap, and it's really worth a look.